Hey friends, this is my last video from the sunroom studio because it's getting very cold and I need to move upstairs. So I'm going to be really sad to leave my beautiful sunroom studio, that it just gets way too cold in here to work in the winter time, and I believe, as much as I'd like to deny it, winter is upon us. I've been working on recycling some boxes, and I've been working on making small journals out. This is a spaghetti box, you know, like the angel hair pasta box. So I made a small journal out of the box, and I wanted to show you how I did that today. And then I bound the journal just very simply using a Jennibellie technique. And gosh, you know, we love Jennibellie. She's always showing us something cool. And I did some paper beads here, and a little bit of art from my friend Bunny, and then for the title of the book I put everyday art, and I used a handmade button on it. And all it is stuff from my scrap box, you know, those small scraps that were just too pretty to throw away, and I just bound them all together in a little spaghetti box book. The thing I love about this book is that it created pockets. So there's a pocket here, and there's a pocket in the back. And it's another one of those really good ways to keep stuff out of the trash, of the landfill, and also to make something kind of funky and cool. It looks really neat from the top even. And again, I just used stuff out of my scrap box to do this. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is to get a cardboard box. Now this is a Colgate toothpaste box. And I did a couple different things. On this one, I just used a lot of sprays. But then when I did hit it with some varnish, and when I hit it with some varnish, all of those sprays kind of just melded together. But it still created a cool color. Typically, I guess sprays just aren't stable. I guess that's the thing. So I try not to get too upset when they aren't stable, and, you know, and look at it as just another thing that goes wrong, but turns out really pretty. We always have those, don't we? This is, like I said, this is a Colgate toothpaste box. When I started working with this box, I did get a little bit of creasing here, and it was starting to pull away, so I just put some glue here and added a little bit of washi tape. But you can either add the washi tape or not, but if you're starting to get some cracking along your spine, you might want to do that. The next thing that I'm going to do is to go ahead and add the button. I'm not going to use a button on this one, but add the stretchy string as a closure. So the way you do that is to just punch a hole through the back here. And I also, y'all, I did paint the inside of my flaps a little bit. I tucked the flaps in and then I painted them. Okay, so we've got a little hole right here. And then we're going to kind of flip it over and judge where this hole should be. I think instead of using a button, I'm probably going to use a brad, because I found some brads that I thought would be kind of match the colors here. So I've got my hole punched back here. So I'll take off a little bit of stretchy string, and I think I got this stretchy string off maybe off a package or something. I don't exactly remember where I got it from. Alright, now this is tricky. It's always tricky for me to get the stretchy string through the hole. And I can get one, but then, you know, I have to, I'm not doing this right. I have to double it like this and then push it through. And it's always really, really hard. If anybody has any kind of advice about this, that would be awesome. You just end up having to try and make the hole just as big as you can, just so you can get it through there. There we go. Okay, we got it. And now I think that that's probably not long enough, so I need a piece of longer string. So we're going to have to start that arduous process all over again. Like I said, I'm moving up to my, what I call the tower bower, which is my upstairs studio, and I love being up there. It's kind of isolated though. You know, you don't feel like you're. When I'm in my sunroom studio, I feel like I'm a part of things. I can see the world and the birds and the trees and all that stuff, and I was like, ooh, I like all that. But up there, it's kind of kind of a little more isolated. But that's all right. No problems there. This is still not quite the right length. So we'll undo it. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to hurry. The sun is going down too, so that means it's going to get really cold in here in a minute. So there we go. I think that's a little bit better. You do want a little bit of tension on this, right? Now, I think with this one, I did one of Jennibellie's really cool homemade buttons, but I think with this one, I'm just going to do a brad. And my beautiful friend Joy gave me these awesome brads, and I thought they were really pretty, so I think I'm just going to use one of those for a closure. Okay, we're going to stick the brad through and push it down like this. Okay, so now we've got our closure done. What I want to do is fill my little book with some random paper, and this is like total random paper. I just chose this again out of my scrap stack, out of my scrap box. I've got one more scrap box that I'm going to process, and then I'll be done with that. Uh-oh, I've got a little bit of overlap here, so I need to cut that off. It's like right there. There we go. Now that should work. Yep, there's still a little bit sticking out there. But I'm always reluctant to cut it off because I do kind of like the way that things stick out. But I think that's just sticking out a little too much. All right, that looks better. And you see how cool it looks from the top? It looks really neat. All right, the next thing we're going to do is we are going to bind our signature, and this is just a one signature book, into the Colgate toothpaste box cover. So I've got my string ready to go, and I've got some of my paper beads, and I've been really into making like these tube beads. I think they're a lot of fun. So I'll drop one tube bead on there, and then I wanted to put this one. Kind of went through my bead stack and just decided on some things. And I love making paper beads. Always fun to use up those scraps in a really creative way. Okay. Now I'm going to measure that. That might be too big. Nope, I think it's going to work. All right. Gosh, I hope this is not too big. Okay. Now, the way that I've been binding these is that I kind of allow the two beads to roll onto the front of the book. So, I'm going to tie this. This is, again, one of those things that's just super tricky. Trying to get it tight enough, but not too tight, but not too loose. And I cut my finger today, so, and it's cold, so your fingers don't really work so great when it's cold. Okay, that's pretty good. I think that will work. All right, so this is what we have so far, y'all. We have our, the cover, we have our closure, which will work like that. Probably should have made that a little bit smaller, but I'll do that after we're done. The next thing I'm going to do is just add more paper beads. I'm going to do that by using both of these little strands that I have left. And we'll just see how, let's see how tricky that's going to be to try and get everything through there. Oh, okay, that's one. And this is one of those projects that you just don't have to be exacting with it. You don't have to match the colors. You know, you can just use up what you have. And honestly, it took me maybe maybe 5 minutes to rummage through my little box and put together a stack of fun papers and some beads. So, if you've got things kind of sort of semi-organized, then it sure does make being creative a whole lot easier, because you already kind of have things organized. You don't have to search for stuff. I think that's my big thing. I don't like to search for stuff. When I'm ready to do something, I want to do it. I want to get it done. It's kind of like the same way I approach eating. I don't want to eat. I don't want to prep food and all that stuff. I just want to eat. Okay. Top few knots here. Here. And here. And here. Okay, I'm going to stop here for a minute and snip this off, and then I'll be right back to finish up this little book. Okay guys, we are at the point where we're going to decorate the front of our little Colgate toothpaste box. So I did some stamping, and this is a stamp that my friend Bunny made, and I'm going to just kind of cascade these little stamped leaf images down the front of my little book, just like that. And I'm going to put those on with some Mod Podge. It's not a very good brush. Okay. And again, you can use any kind of image you want. These books it's a way to use up scraps. And that's what I look at it as. The whole reason that I came up with this is because I was out of town this weekend and my guy missed the recycling. He forgot to put the recycling out. So when he forgot to put the recycling out, I was stuck with a bunch of boxes that I really did not want to put in the regular trash. So that's how this little idea came about. And I'll do a full tutorial about how you smash the box and how you smash the box and kind of make everything work, and how the ends are folded in and that sort of thing. Because it's not complex, y'all. It's not even tricky. It's just a process that I wanted to show you. So there we go. We've got our little leaves on the front of our book, and we have our signature done on the inside, and we have our closure done. So that is what our little Colgate toothpaste box looks like at this point. I will add a word or two on here, but I don't have my words downstairs right this minute. So I hope that you'll try this. Any box will work. My next box to try is one of these Alpo Meal Helper boxes, and that is one that I've already folded and buffed up with a little bit of sandpaper, and I've already folded my ends here, but I haven't painted anything. But this is kind of the process for doing one of these. And like I said, I'll do a full tutorial and take you through the whole thing. But I thought that you might like to try some of these this weekend. They're kind of cool, kind of neat, kind of fun, would make excellent little gifts. And thanks y'all for watching. And I'm ready to move upstairs to the Tower Bower. Say goodbye to the sunroom. Goodbye, sunroom. Thanks for watching, y'all. See you soon.